Well, good evening. It's Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. And tonight, I want to talk about societal control, the silent societal control that goes on in our subconscious mind. And what I'm really going to talk about is letting go of that and understanding that it's going on. You're never going to let it all go, but you can expand out of it. And that is the biggest thing, is expanding out of things and lessening the control that it has on you. That's what this is all about. But it's really about letting go of the control, the monetary controls, the political controls, the day-to-day controls that your subconscious mind has over you. But society has embedded this. Well, we embedded it ourselves, but society teaches us or shows us through the media and many other things how they can control our lives through, well, actually the media uses NLP and many things. Whenever you hear the word but, that's NLP. But they really try to control us, and they've got embedded subliminal stuff that goes on, and it holds us back from living our dreams or experiencing our accomplished outcomes. Because that doubt that we've had started in the school system and things like that, and it really moves away forward, and it really starts us in a better way. But it's really the silent controls that we don't even know that are going on inside us is what happens. But the subconscious mind is embedded through your day-to-day stuff, and there's stuff embedded in there that you never even understood that it was in there, because they can use many symbols that your subconscious mind reads in one way. But society and the school system has taught us to be second in our life, and it's this simple. They go you and I, you and me. They always taught ourselves to be second. So sometime in your life, just practice and open up to putting me and you, me and whoever. Put yourself first and see how it feels. It's really a different feeling inside yourself, but it's about the societal controls that we go through every day. And this was done on purpose to keep us stuck in a follow the herd mentality, because a dream is an individual nirvana to expand through life and really unlock some new things within ourselves. But it's really stop letting society controls. When you go to dream, you always think, oh, what's somebody going to think? And it's not done on the physical, it's done subconsciously. And that is where we put all of our limitations. They're not in the thinking, they're in the subconscious and in our feelings and emotions. So when you can open up to expand out of this, you can open up to a new way of life, because we've been taught, and that's why taught to listen for negativity and be stuck in the negativity of the world, rather than realize the negativity of the world is history repeating itself, and we're here to open up the peace and prosperity within ourselves, to open up peace and prosperity in the world. And that is something that I've really expanded of, is the peace and prosperity I desire to experience starts right in here. And letting go of trying to be stuck in the society's competitive ways. And we was taught in school to be competitive and always be compared to the smartest kid in class and all this. I was never the smartest kid, and I never will be the smartest person in the world. But I will always be the most willing to expand through situations with a newborn savvy that is within me. And that is where life has really expanded, is letting happen in here, because it's our intuitive eyes, our imaginative ears, and our heart harmony and our soul savvy and our gut gall and our brain power and brain prowess that will move us forward and onward, inward, upward. And it's always this way. And society's always taught us to live in the past. History taught us to live in the past. How do you try to heal the past? And once you try to heal the past, what are you thinking? What are you bringing about? The same events that happened in the past. You expand to the now, and the past is over. And how is the past now? And how is this experience the same as in the past? Allows you to open your eyes and see a new pioneering spirit arise from within you to really allow yourself the power to move forward. And it's the willpower and the wisdom within you that will expand you out of everything in your life. But how is heal and everything just pulling scabs off old wounds, and yet your life keeps rotating and circling in the same situations, encumbrances, outcomes, everything? It's because we are stuck subconsciously. We live subconsciously in a conscious world, but we try to do this, and it's our opinion, beliefs, viewpoints. Everything we think that keeps us safe is our limitations. And I don't mean jumping out in front of flying an airplane without a pilot's license. What I'm saying is be willing to ask the questions that make you move forward. And how have I done this? How have I done this? And how does this always occur in my life? Because it's our thought patterns, emotions, feelings, and our memories are controlling our life. So how would it feel to allow your dreams and your desires and accomplished outcome to energize your life? And every accomplished outcome, goal, intention, whatever word you choose to use, but goals and intentions have memory. And an accomplished outcome opens up the pioneering eyes to go on a search and a voyage to expand through life and allow yourself to move upward and onward. And it's an intuition and it's an innovation within ourselves. It's called troublemaker, innovator. I love that. When you say that, it just gives you a freedom inside yourself to move forward. I am a troublemaker, innovator, to open innate, new, natural, omnific, visionary acumen, transcending internal optimism, naturally expanding through life. But and the thing about like rebellious and troublemaker, we've been taught they're bad words and that they're not things. But when it comes to personal growth, you want to be rebellious to your old habits, and you want to be a troublemaker to your old way of life. And you want to be the revolutionary Paul Revere to say, to ride and say, I'm here, to adhere to my dreams, desires, and accomplished outcomes. It's really about allowing yourself to let go of being stuck in society. How would it feel to say I cleared my innermost cobwebs of dread, cleansed my embedded filters of my silent, ingrained silent society controllers? How do you let society silently control you in the way society does things? Silently control you, or subconsciously control you, because all limitations are silent. Anger and fear are vocal because you get frustrated with life. But how is the frustration and anger of life really showing you your limitations and my immaturity? I ask me. And I like speaking in first person. That way I am talking about me, to expand other people, because really the only one I understand and am opening up and voyaging into is me. I'm maturing eternally. And that's what me means, is maturing internally. And it's really about understanding that we have been taught to follow the herd of society, because that way people that live in fear and afraid of everything are easy to control. And what do we always talk about? Never have enough money. How does money control you and actually end up costing you money and costing more in the end? It's really about the societal controls, and the media embeds it, because when you watch TV or something else, they're embedding you what somebody else wants you to know. And that's the thing about life. Our school system and everything we ever learned is what somebody else wanted us to know and how they wanted us to act. They wanted us to grow up. They were afraid of our maturity. So when the world matures of majestic, astute, trend-setting, utopian, revolutionary, enterprising energy, how will the world move forward? It's the maturity of the people that the world is opening up to see a better way. But that's how would it feel to unleash your heart imagination, your soul intuition, your gut gumption to enjoy the trend-setting traveler resolve within you? How would it feel to be free internally? And that is where the freedom begins. And and something else, everybody says be happy, but how would it feel to be at peace with life? And you're still going to get frustrated, angry, and have boisterous moments, but that's just being a release in a lot of ways. But how are you afraid to move beyond society's limitations that we built within us? And how do you, when something awry and unsavory occurs in your life, how do you set boundaries and you're afraid to walk into the unsavory of life? Because when I listen on the life coaching and all these shows, they're always talking about the past, and they're always talking about setting boundaries and practicing this. But every boundary you set is a new fear. And all that is, the uncertainty of an unsavory situation is the insecurities within you reaching their boundaries. So when you can pull the weeds of need and the thistles of fear, how will you stop being scared of life and open up to liberate internal fervor energy to ride the train of fame that you richly deserve? Because life is an entertaining situation. We're actually the superstars and megastars of our own life movie, but we're so willing to let somebody else be the stars of our life. That is what goes on. And I had a friend that's doing a radio show, and a friend of mine, she says, America and the world live their manhood and their life through sports. Sports is what people live their masculine energy through, and then they become arrogant in their personal life. And I had a surgery a couple of years ago, and I was sitting there in the morning doing my morning journaling, and something come to me, and it was quite astute. My masculine self was actually illiterate because I was stuck in my opinions and viewpoints. It come out way different than that. Men ain't gonna like this, but it really come out men are stupid. And that is the truth. And then I wrote a chapter in my book, How Did I Teach Myself Fear? Masculine illiteracy. And that is what the masculine side is illiterate about expansionism. To walk into a war is the greatest thing in the world, but to go through an imaginative innovation is fearful, because imagination, intuition, and talent take you beyond everything you know and the fences you've built around yourself. So it's really about understanding the male side of ourselves is important, but yet the feminine side is too, and they got to be equal partners in your life. And the thing I've learned most about myself when I got divorced a long time ago is I had to be right, and I was in competition with my wife, and that is why that's a reason. One of the reasons that my marriage failed on my side is I was too much in competition and not enough listening. And the world has to flow of listened love and intuitive imagination to expand the world. Because, we have computers and everything, but the computers are running the world and controlling the world because nobody wants to think for ourselves. And a dream is an individual expansion and an individual travel with everybody else being a tutor and a metaphor for you to experience the dream. The thing we want to do is dream, but we're afraid to experience the roads and the trails of tribulations, the roads of riches, the avenues of awesome, and all the hailstorms and the rainbows that expands us of the dream, to experience the dream, to set on our villa overlooking our ocean of opulence in our rocking chair of serenity, enjoying life. That is where we really become locked and blocked, because society is afraid. I listen to the society and my circle of influence, the teachers, and to live beyond the boundaries of books is unheard of, because you follow the herd and you follow the other people, but you're really afraid of your own talents. Fear is nothing more than being afraid of your talents, agility, and ability, and your daring dexterity to expand through life. Because it's adversity, controversy of life that opens up the visionary versatility to energize our abilities and trust the agilities of our ability to expand through life. So as I open up to myself more and understand, I was stuck in society control. But society control was all my doing, because I wanted to stay safe and look good in everybody's eyes. And really I was despising myself, because my heart and soul and my dreamers there were looking at me kind of funny in the mirror saying, what are you afraid of? And that is the thing. Ask questions that are making you uncomfortable and uncertain about life. Like, what am I afraid of? What am I scared of? How do I dislike myself? And really open up to your own abilities and listen to yourself, because the world will bring forth the wisdom, innovation, and everything required for you to be the dreamer and set on your villa, set on the porch of prosperity, living the sunny serenity of yourself. And wisdom and innovation and everything to expand your life is never going to come in a full sentence. It's going to come in one word, 2 words, something. But it's the little things. When you're eavesdropping on the world and witnessing the world through a pioneering eyes, you're going to hear and see and touch and taste and feel things. But it's really trusting your invisible talents and your invincible self to move yourself forward. And it's also being vulnerable to the uncertainty of your dreams, because to set an accomplished outcome and to experience it, something something old is leaving and something new is coming in. And when you start on this journey or this voyage of personal expansion, you're going to hear and let go of a lot of things. And the people you start out with and everything you know in life and understand will be released, let go, and expanded of new wisdom, innovation, talent, intuition, imagination, and trust of your own ability, as trusting oneself to take the flight of light, feeling the delight of our own heart and soul. So as I'm going to close, I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. I am a hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, published author, and my books are available at amazon.com/author/Robert A. Wilson and howdiditeachmyselffear.com. But one thing I want to close, stop looking for teachers and look for tutors and metaphors to expand you, because you are the teacher and the student of your life. And that will open you up. And also, I'm going to take all the not words out of your life. Instead of can't and won't, it's yes or no. Instead of change, it's expand. Instead of create, it's enterprise. Instead of transform, it's energize. And instead of heal, it's appreciate. Heal and forgiveness you can overcome with appreciation. You got to appreciate every experience, because the wisdom and the fortitude to expand your life and energize your whys is inside every situation and people you meet. You may not like the person, but there's something in there that will awaken you and that troublemaker innovator within you to expand your life. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Lee, Joanne, and Gretchen for being on this. This is my honor and privilege to be here. And I talk about what I'm expanding through. I don't talk about the past. I talk about the now. And that is the thing. Quit trying to heal the past and live in the now and experience the now to let go. Because when you start experiencing the now, you're going to find it dissolves the past and all the memories, the unsavory memories, and allows you to experience the now in a new way. And I want to thank everybody, and I'm going to say good night.